Welcome back, everybody, to review of Unit 5. And to give you a brief summary of what we talked about earlier was a professor at York University and his interaction with a student who right now is remotely studying in Myanmar. And what we know is that this professor has had a lot of bad interactions in the past. Very questionable things, a lot of incomprehensible teaching style and notes and things shared to students. But something recently that professor did was what he said to the student who asked for an extension on midterms and some assignments because the Myanmar situation is getting much worse and electricity's been cut off, internet's been cut off. So obviously the student can't do its work. What that professor said, it was so egregious, so bad, was that he told the student, people don't just get shot for protesting, but for much deeper things. And the very callous, rude nature of that situation of what's going on where protesters are dying, very serious, really shined a lot of light about what professors actually do, because they're not evaluated by their teaching style, how well they teach and the manners in which they do, but really about what research they bring to the university. How does that bring in money and financing, which they often treat their teaching duty as a nuisance, as just this side thing, like it's less important. So that's really got to change. And not every professor is bad, but many do kind of treat it just as a second task, teaching students. Right. But that does bring into question about the whole kind of university structure and what they pressure professors to do.
Nuisance.
Nuisance.
What do you think the York University should do about this incident? We do know the professor was recently fired, so that's good, but what more should the university do?
Yes, he was fired, which is good. I don't believe he should be a professor. I think the university should also look into the current professors, remaining professors, to make sure that their attitudes aren't on the same level, because it has come to light that this is maybe more of a common thing than what we know.
Right.
Because I was appalled to hear about this attitude. It's just awful.
Appalled.
Appalled. Everyone knows what's happening in Myanmar. It's terrible. So the university needs to be stricter with professors too. Like there needs to be a certain standard of how they treat the students.
Right. I think every university, not just York University, should take a look at really balancing what they expect professors, not as a business to bring in money, but also the quality of teaching.
Yes, that's right.
What time is spent on students? What are their engagements? And with the pandemic, way more students are working remotely, which, there's a lot of different interaction between professors and students, and so they got to really look into that, especially right now. That's it for the review section, and we'll see you on the next one.